Hello student, let us continue chapter number 5. So today we are going to discuss our next topic, that is Dandi Yatra from March 12 to April 6, 1930. After India announced to attain complete independence, it also declared that it would not pay taxes to the British government. Gandhiji was given the responsibility to start the civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji made a plan to begin civil disobedience by starting a satyagraha to protest the salt tax laid by the British. Hence, Gandhiji decided to go to Dandi village and break the salt law at Dandi river bank. The message of Gandhiji's Satyagraha was delivered to people on the evening of 11th March in the assembly of about 1,000 people. It was also announced that even if the British arrest the Satyagrahis, they should firmly maintain non-violence against the government. On 12th March 1930, Gandhiji, along with Satyagrahis, set off for Dandi Yatra from Ahmedabad Harijan Ashram, now it is known as Gandhi Ashram. At the start of the yatra, they sang the hymn Vaishnav Jan tu ene kahiye je peed parai jane re. Gandhiji said, I shall die the death of crow and dog, but I will not return to this ashram without attaining Purna Swaraj. Now, Gandhiji asked people to pledge that brave never runs away from struggle. The one who runs away by seeing the struggle is not a brave. Thus, the Dandi Yatra started under the leadership of Gandhiji, Sarojini Naidu, and Mahadev Bhai Desai. This march was 370 km long. It passed from places such as Aslali, Bareja, Nadiyad, Anand, Boraiva, Ras, Jambusar, Bharuch, Surat, Navsari, as well as several other small and large regions. Gandhiji and other Satyagrahis explained people of these regions the reason for civil disobedience movement and breaking the salt law. People of regions from where the Dandi March passed welcomed the march by cleaning the village roads and decorating their houses with toran to show their support for this satyagraha. Dandi Yatra created a wonderful effect in creating astonishing faith, unity, and consciousness among people. The wave of satyagraha spread across the entire nation. Gandhiji, along with his supporters, reached Dandi on 5th April 1930 after walking 24 days. On the early morning of April 6, Gandhiji broke the salt law by picking a handful of salt from the sea coast. He said in a loud voice to people gathered there, I have broken the salt law. He also said, I, by this event am applying salt to the foundation of building in the form of British Empire. Shri Mahadev Bhai Desai compared this event as Mahabinish Kraman, the great renunciation. Journalists, photographers, writers and historians of India as well as of abroad visited and published report about such a great march in their newspapers and booklets. The Dandi Yatra, which started from Sabarmati Ashram, was praised heavily. It shook the British Empire. Civil disobedience movement generated new national consciousness among the people of India. To suppress the yatra, the British police beat the Satyagrahis mercilessly. They conducted lathi charge, arrest, shooting and operations on women and children, but people continued fearlessly. Now the constructive aspects of the Dandi March. During Dandi March, numerous constructive programs like boycott of foreign clothes, prohibition of liquor, removal of untouchability, Hindu-Muslim unity, and oath to undertake social services, etc. were held. Dandi Yatra and breaking of salt law not only brought nationwide consciousness, but it also brought worldwide fame to India's success through non-violence. Assemblies, processions, as well as programs were also conducted for boycotting foreign goods, prohibiting foreign liquor and stopping liquor production, not paying revenue tax, removing untouchability, etc. So, to weaken these acts, the government did lathi charge, imprisoned people, and also adopted other selfish and cruel ways. Against this, people damaged and destroyed railway stations, post offices, police stations, and other government buildings. Now, the other incident that occurred, agitation done under the leadership of Abdul Ghaffar Khan, also known as Frontier Gandhi, at Wadala, Bombay. Struggle against foreign liquor under the leadership of Kasturba Gandhi was suppressed in Bombay. Gharsana village in Surat. Viramgaon during the salt law agitation. Renunciation of government services as well as removal of children from government schools were the highlighted incident during these movements. Now, Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Round Table Conference and Moratorium of Satyagraha. After the Dandi March, the British imprisoned Gandhiji and many Satyagrahis for illegally producing salt. This sparked another civil disobedience movement. The British got quite afraid of this and thought of negotiating with Indians. So, to bring a solution to India's problem, the British called Gandhiji for a round table conference for discussing constitutional reforms. The Congress leaders did not attend this first round table conference, and so nothing worked out in that conference. Then a second round table conference was held in March 1931. In this conference, Gandhiji met Lord Irwin, the Viceroy of India. This pact is known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact in the history. Indians agreed to discontinue the Satyagraha movement. Now, the two main points that the British agreed to were, first one, permit free collection or production of salt by persons near the sea coast. Second one, permit peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign cloth shops. Now, the failure of the conference. Gandhiji was the only representative from Congress to attend the second round table conference. The British, in the name of reforms, put some such points that were aimed at discriminating various religious committees. As a result, Gandhiji got deeply disappointed, and therefore the second conference was dissolved, and it also failed to bring constitutional reforms for India. Now, student, in my next video, I will explain you the further topic. Thank you.